up guys, Dave from 6 String Stanger. Welcome back to the channel. This is my number 3 DIY guitar that I have done. This here is the Explorer. This is a bright yellow guitar. Had some issues with this one that I'll tell you about here in a minute. But yeah, the funny thing of this is how this one came about was, if you remember in the previous video of my revisiting Donnie's DIY project, when I got done with that bass and I gave it to Donnie, basically what happened was he had told me he ordered an Explorer, okay? And he wanted me to do that on the channel. And I was like, okay, that's cool, man. I can do that, no problem, right? More content. And basically what ended up happening was he brought it into work, you know, in the box or whatever. It just comes in a box, all torn apart, whatever. And so, you know, I put it in my trunk and he goes, I'll tell you what. I'm like, what? And he goes, you know, if you put it together and you like it and all that stuff, you know what? It's yours. Go ahead and just keep it. And that'll be like payment for the bass. I'm like, are you serious? He goes, yeah, man, no problem. Just, you know, that's the least I could do. You know, and I know you wanted to do Explorer. And I mean, I didn't know what to even think or even say. I was so grateful, and I thank him to this day, man. You know, I mean, this was really a guitar that turned out great, and Donnie was awesome enough to supply this guitar for me for the channel, and that was awesome. I thank you again, Donnie. It was great, man. You're an awesome dude. But yeah, that's where this came from. Was from Donnie. So yeah, basically to start out with, okay. When I got this out of the guitar or out of the box, I think he got this through Reverb. I'm thinking it's a fret wire guitar kit. So this was the first fret wire guitar kit that I've done. Now the other one, I'm not even sure where the bass came from. That might have been from Reverb as well. I'm not sure what company that is. I gotta really hone in on this, you know, because you guys are probably gonna ask, hey, where did you get that? Well, anyway, I know this was from Reverb. I'm pretty sure it was fret wire that had this guitar. Now, you know, of course I had to cut the headstock because this is like pretty much all whatever. I just ended up making it simple, just round. I got a lot of flack for it. Oh, that's not an Explorer neck, man, or that's not an Explorer headstock. Well, you know what? If I wanted an Explorer headstock, I would have bought an Explorer guitar. But you know, I mean, for what it is, it turned out really good, I thought. Putting this graphic on here is kind of cool. That was one of the awesome things. Let me show you here a little closer. If you see how it's kind of like 3D effect, that was total accident, okay? If you haven't seen it, like I said, I'll put a link down below for you can watch, you know, all the whole playlist of the entire build. But what happened was, I used Sharpie once again, okay? After I got it all painted up and everything, I ended up using Sharpie on this, okay? And I used a stencil, and I did each one of these letters separately, okay? And it looked great. I was like, whoa, man, that's pretty cool, you know, blah, 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 blah. And it was a really warm day, and I had this out in my shed, and I was spraying clear coat over it, okay? It's this Rust-Oleum Clear, or a high gloss Rust-Oleum Clear, I think it was. And I sprayed it. I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know, I had it laying down like this. So when I sprayed, I was like, oh, okay, cool, you know, whatever, let it go. I think I was in a hurry that day or something. I sprayed it, a couple coats, real light coats, and I walked out and came back a few hours later or later that day or something, and I looked and I noticed there was that, you know, like a 3D effect or like an airbrush effect. You know, it kind of shadowed it. And it was just basically because it was laying this way, and from the heat, and then with a little bit slight of the gloss just kind of pulling down with the heat, and it took that Sharpie and it made that 3D image, and it looks like it's been airbrushed like that. And that was one of those mistakes. It turned out really, really cool, and I love it. I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything better. The whole thing just looks so awesome. It looks so professional. I can't get over it. I don't even know. Before it was just so plain, but that was like an added thing that it needed to really make it pop. So that's what made that really cool. Some of the things that I ran into on this, wait a minute, sorry. Just got a view of this. I love this neck. This fretboard is just amazing. Look at the wood grain in that. That is so awesome. I like how the wood grain was, I mean, it's like a swirl or something. That was badass. I like that. This was a glue-on type neck, which is okay, you know. But my problem with this one was, and I was scared, man. I didn't know how to combat it. You know, I know I had to get everything lined up before I glued it, right? Because when I put this neck in, I'm not kidding you, I could knock it either way, like probably the thickness of maybe 3 medium-sized guitar picks, you know, each way. I mean, I could just wobble it back and forth. I'm like, oh boy, that's not good. And now I'm thinking, okay, so if I glue it, then I got these gaps on the sides here. I'm thinking, well, that also is not a good thing. But as you see, I got it all taken care of there. What I ended up doing was, I ended up, you know, putting on the bridge, and then I put, you know, your high E and your low E tuners on here. Then I basically ran the string up each side, I didn't tighten it tight, but just enough to, you know, make sure they're tight enough to where I could line it up. And I made sure I glued everything real quick, put glue on the neck and in the pocket. And what I did was I positioned it to where it was perfectly straight, to where the strings were like evened out all the way down of each side of the neck. That way it'd be good. Once I got it there, then I put the clamp on it with the glue and just clamped it, and I let it sit there for 24 hours or whatever it was, overnight. And so then, you know, the next day I got up and I had little gaps, like I said, probably the thickness of 2 or 3 medium-sized guitar picks on each side, and I'm like, man, that looks like crap, right? So basically I thought, okay, the only way I know to fix that is get some wood filler. So I put wood filler in there, went up and down, I kind of pushed it down in with a putty knife a little bit, and then kind of smoothed it up this way, and did the same thing on this side just to kind of close that gap up. And I mean, it didn't turn out bad at all. I mean, you know, you can see there's a little bit of a thing there, but honestly it didn't turn out bad at all. So, and of course naturally when that dried, naturally I sanded that up really good. So this whole guitar, this was one of the ones that I ended up putting together, you know, right away, as far as, you know, getting the neck on here, because I wanted to make sure that joint was good. You know, as far as getting wood filler in it and painted and all that stuff, sanded down. And so that was that process. So then I had to tape everything off. That's why everything's the same color, which I think it's cool, you know. All the same color is kind of cool, kind of rocks that way, I think. A little bit of yellow and black, right? Basically, I put a coat of primer on this, just a gray primer, and sanded that down lightly, just kind of smooth all the rough edges out. And then I used, it was Rust-Oleum, I think it was Professional or something like that. But I got the high gloss yellow, put that on there. Turned out really good, man. I mean, you know, I can't complain, got a nice shine to it. So this is one of the ones that came with chrome hardware. So on this one, this is one of the first guitars that the DIYs that I did, that I ended up switching out everything. I switched out the electronics, the bridge, the tuners, everything. Not that they were bad, it's just that, you know, when I thought about doing the yellow, I thought, man, yellow and chrome just ain't gonna look right to me. So I went with EMG HZ pickups, which was all plug and play. And I was really pumped, man. You know, I thought, man, that's going to be awesome. I like EMGs. I have no problem with EMGs. They sound good. These are not the actives. These are just passive pickups. They got a good tone to them. Like I said, it was all plug and play. Didn't have to do any soldering. The only thing I had to solder... No, I don't think I had to solder anything on this. Maybe the bridge. I think I had to solder the bridge just for the ground. But other than that, I mean, everything else was good. Sounds really awesome. I mean, it came with everything. It came with the pots and everything. It was like 150 bucks, I think, for the EMG set. So, yeah, that was cool. That was one of the first things that I liked, or one of the first things I did once I figured out I wanted yellow. I thought, man, okay, I'm going AMGs on this one, and I'm glad I did. You know, I don't know what the other ones would have turned out like, but and these tuners, they do really well. They're not like a real name brand. It's kind of like the same stuff you would get if you got the DIY kit. It's just your basic standard type tuner. It's not really a name brand of any kind, but they do hold the tuning stability great. That's pretty much all the problems I ran into on this. The biggest thing was the neck pocket on it. So that's kind of a tip maybe if you got a glued neck that you have. If you've got gaps, just take some wood filler and smooth it out real nice and neat. Make sure you get down in the neck joint good after you glue it. And just take some sandpaper, smooth it out really well, and you know, shoot some paint on it and should be good to go. Like I said, it really didn't turn out that bad at all. The joint was really good. You can always use the pickups and stuff and everything that come with it, but like I said, I think the black really set this off, and you know, with my logo on there now, it just makes it even better. So yeah, I think that was a good choice that I made on this one. Okay guys, that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're enjoying the series of these. The link will be down below in the description if you want to check out the entire playlist of me building this thing from beginning to end. Feel more than free to share it out or whatever you want, and just look at them, comment, leave me questions, whatever. I'll get back with you as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe already. If you want to, just throwing it out there, it's available in every video from now on. If you want to get yourself some Stanger merch of any kind, like these type of t-shirts, 6-string Stanger shirts, they're available through Spreadshirt, and there's a link down below. Just check them out. Tons of different colors and sizes to choose from. It's your business if you want to. It just helps support my channel a little bit. So yeah, that'll do it for this video. Rock on, everybody, and we will see you in the next video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter for all the updates on me and the channel and future videos that's coming up. So yeah, it's all about the music, guys. We'll see you in the next one.